Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host, DJ Kitty. Here with my girl, my little sister, Miss Morningstar, and we are from Our Plugs, a community connection. And today is Thursday, and it is good to see everyone. Or actually, it's good to be heard by everyone. Let's say it that way. I want to say good morning to our family in Holly Springs, Mississippi, as well as Memphis, Tennessee. And good evening to our family on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube Live. Thank you for joining. We appreciate you being here. We hope that you stay a while and you contribute and join in the conversation. Today, we are talking about identifying and coping with the chaos. And every day is something new. Ms. Morningstar and I were briefly talking before the show started that, and once again, here we are. It's every single day. So that being said, we're going to come on in. We're going to have a good show and keep it moving because, hey, life goes on. That administration will continue to do what they're doing. It's up to us to continue to do what we're doing. And what is that? Progressing. So here is your reminder to drink your 16 ounces of water every morning and take your morning medication, as well as have a good day. Have a good day on purpose. Don't let anything or anybody, and even the news of the craziness that's happening in our administration, get you down. Just keep moving forward. Okay, so let's get into it. Miss Morningstar always starts the show with positive affirmations. Those affirmations are so needed nowadays. Nowadays, we need to hear positivity because we hear so much negativity every day. And I think, I hate to say it, but Miss Morningstar and I talked about it, and it's as if the country, the people only they gravitate to drama. And we need to change that narrative. Why are we always driven by the drama versus something positive, something that will move us forward as a nation? But instead, we want the chaos, the drama. We want the people back and forth. Hello, Billy. I see you out there in YouTube. Thank you for joining. If you would, give us a thumbs up. Back to what I was saying. Why do we always tend to gravitate to the drama, the chaos, the fighting, the infighting, the fighting between each other, the fighting all over, instead of focusing on what can make us better? That being said, we need those positive affirmations more now than ever, Miss Morningstar. Hello, LTS Trex. Welcome in. Give us a thumbs up. We truly appreciate it. Miss Morningstar, what do you have for us today?
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday Eve. We are on Friday Eve. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, Kitty, I have to agree with Kitty and what she said. People just gravitate towards negativity, and unfortunately, it's attractive. It's attractive. It is the most attractive thing to people. It seems as if when the more negative you are, the more aggressive you are, argumentative you are, the more people will come and support you. More people will come and donate to your cause or be part of your mission. As long as you are bringing in that negative energy, and I just can't do it, y'all. So we over here in Our Plugs, we try to keep it positive. And we are working towards trying to build a greater community here. Okay. We want our community to be great. So that's what we're going to thrive for. And we're going to talk affirmations every morning because what We are setting standards. I'm going to live that down all year round, that we are setting standards. Um, Affirmations is like water. It's like self-care, gotta have it. You need it daily. It's a flow through life. It helps you gravitate through hard, long droughts you may have, and hard days you have. And when you speak words into yourself, positive words into yourself daily, it helps with healing and it makes you feel better. It helps you change your mindset. When your heart is broken, you find wholeness and placing it up again, and you find that in hopefulness and healing. So affirmations are more than just words. They are like a spoken love language. I just say that. Okay. So today we're just going to get into some positive affirmations. Nothing real of a theme, just positive affirmations so far. Let's start with number one. Asking for help is a sign of self-respect and self-awareness. Yes, affirm that. It's okay to ask for help when you need it. Help is respected, okay? I affirm and encourage others to do as I do myself. I alone hold the truth of who I am. Changing my mind is a strength, not a weakness. I am allowed to ask for what I want and what I need. You speak up. I'm allowed to feel good, and you are. I am capable of balancing ease and efforts in my life. I am complete as I am. Others simply support me. I am content and free from pain. I am doing the work that works for me. I am good and getting better. I am growing and I'm going at my own pace. I am held and supported by those who love me. I am in charge of how I feel and I choose to feel happy. I am listening and open to the messages the universe has to offer me. I am loved and worthy. I am more than my circumstances dictate. I am open to healing. I am peaceful and whole. I am proof enough of who I am and what I deserve. I am responsible for myself and I start here. I am safe and surrounded by love and support. I am understood and my perspective is important. I am well rested and excited for the day. I am worthy of investing in myself. I belong here and I deserve to take up this space. Those are your affirmations this morning. Speak them into existence. Love on yourself. Make sure you take about 3 or 4 of those to use to get you through your day.
Thank you, Miss Morningstar. So needed, so appreciated. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the weather. Holly Springs, you have a high today of 41, a low of 29. Feels like temperatures 34 during the day, 18 at night. Winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rain chances 1%. Humidity is moderate all day, and air quality is fair. Enjoy your day. It's going to be a little cold, but a little what is it, windy, a little cold, a little brisky, yeah, all of that. Memphis, Tennessee, you have a high today of 41, a low of 33. Feels like temperatures 35 during the day, 20 at night. Winds out of the west northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. You have a 1% chance of rain. Humidity is moderate all day long, and air quality is fair. Again, another cool day. Get out there and enjoy it, irregardless of the temperature. Or stay inside and enjoy it. I like being inside. All right, come on through Houston. You have a high today of 59, a low of 47. Feels like temperatures 58 during the day, 40 at night. Winds out of the north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour with a 1% chance of rain. Humidity is low in the daytime and high at night. Air quality is good. I need everyone to get out there and have a great day on purpose. On purpose, that means that you're intentionally ignoring the chaos and the drama, and you're going to enjoy your day irregardless of all of that. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into some news that we can use. There's news out there all the time. And today is no exception. Today, our dear leader, I want to start with something that kind of tickled me. So today I read a article that said Trump announces Iran is no longer unaliving anti-government protesters. So I assume that he's spoken with someone, but then I also hear I think it was CNBC that Iran said that this time they won't miss. So, you know, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, y'all might want to get prepared. Mar-a-Lardo, y'all might want to get prepared because Iran said they ain't gonna miss. But it's kind of funny that Iran said that they will not miss this time, and then he puts out a statement saying Iran is no longer unaliving anti-government protesters.
Girl,
Why is that?
he is delusional. Okay, he like we all know that he is going through something, dementia, and at this point he's just blurting out anything,
Yep.
anything.
Butterflies,
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, just about anything.
That's
You
it.
know,
It's
and
wild.
it is wild. Iran. They're saying that we won't miss this time, and he might be a little nervous, and maybe just maybe that's what you get. You get what you get, and you don't have a fit. I don't know about this person. I don't know this person. You know, this person is completely different from what I thought a president should be. A president typically comes in and he commands and he governs and he makes sure that his citizens have what they need. He doesn't go to other countries and try and strong arm and tell those citizens what to do. How productive is that? You are the president of the US, but you're going to other countries trying to tell them what to do. And now Iran said, oh, we ain't gonna miss this time. You nervous, Frumpy? That's all I can say. You must be a little scared. Oh well. Yeah.
Chaos agent in its fullest. Who literally sees his world crumbling before him, and it's like, why not cause more chaos? I mean, in a sense, what does he have to lose right now? He don't have nothing to lose.
He
He's
doesn't.
sick. He elderly. He done did all his crime and dirt, and pretty much got away with a lot of things, and he don't care.
I honestly think that, he's the type of person that if I'm going to leave anyway, my time is limited. I want the whole world to end when I end.
That's exactly what he don't care how bad he make it, because he ain't got to live in it no more.
We listened to a young man, Mr. Riley, and he hit it right out the park. The man loves to inflict pain.
Yes.
It's his kink.
Yes. Pain is his pleasure.
His pleasure.
You
He
can
likes,
see it.
yes.
And that's why I when I listened to that interview, that documentary, it was just everything was making sense. The M&A fighting. He loves to watch the M&A fighting and having people fighting, going to secret parties where people are in the having to fight each other, brawls, and they used to do that to the slaves back in the day. They used to pay them to fight each other to the unalivement of one another. So, and they enjoyed the barbaricness of it. It was a barbaric sporting event, as which M&A fighting is a pretty barbaric, sporting event. In boxing, I mean, I watch it, but he loved wrestling. Think about it.
He loves to see people. He loves to see the pain inflicted on others.
Yes, he enjoys that. And it all just makes sense.
It does. It makes a lot of sense. And nothing, I knew it was bad. It had to be bad. I kept saying that. It must be real.
It got to be really awful.
Really, really awful in those files, those Trump files, for him to go to this extent and want to hide them. And, you know, the survivors are speaking out. So anyway,
Yeah.
I believe survivors. I don't care who it is. I believe survivors until, I don't go with that innocent until proven guilty. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, guess what? It is a duck. And he's the biggest goofy duck there is, Daffy Duck there is. He's been quacking for years. You know, look at what he did to the Central Park Five. Even after they were found not guilty, he still
Exonerate.
felt like, yes, exonerated. He still felt like they needed to be punished. Why? Because they were black?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
they were black.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was.
Hmm.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. It's pure hatred, pure evil. And no wonder he was wondering if I don't think I'm gonna get into heaven. No, you ain't gonna get into heaven. And you better hope that Satan even lets you into hell. Satan made the devil may say, nah, dude, nah, player,
You did too
did
much,
way
bruh.
too much, bruh. You
And
can't
you
come over
know
here
that's
with that.
bad.
You trying to outdo me.
You know that's bad.
Say his name, Melbo. That's right. Put it in the chat because tactic is a trip. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that we have to endure every day, and then we have this joke of a Senate that just unalived the war powers efforts to limit Trumping on Venezuela with Vance
I knew
breaking.
the Senate was not
Yeah,
gonna. You
they
got
had it.
girlfriend
No,
Lindsay. You got your.
you know what? They had it, but you know who caved? It's not gonna surprise y'all. Josh Hawley, you remember the dude that was running through the
Doing
hall
at first he did
doing
this,
this,
but then next thing you seen him like vroom.
running. Okay, it was heels to butt. He had them heels going. He was gone.
Clicking, baby. He was out of there, out of there.
And Todd Young of Indiana, they flipped their support Wednesday after initially voting to advance it. So now,
Wow.
like, okay, Trump, you
I
can
ain't
go do whatever
surprised
you
though.
want to do. But our allies are now gearing up to go and defend Greenland.
That's Denmark. That's NATO. Ain't Denmark like?
Yes, that's NATO.
If those don't know what NATO is all the nations that
Yeah.
are allies that we support each other. If one go to war, then the other one is here to back them up. So if somebody did some old crazy stuff to us and came, we got like all the NATO countries that will come and fight with us, and he has actually went and destroyed the relationship. Like he always wanted to though. He always
Yeah.
wanted to.
I'm
And I
not
don't get it. What is it
not
stand on one island by yourself? We've never been able to do that.
but like I said, I think that he knows that his time on earth is limited. And before he takes his final blink, he wants to make sure that the country blinks last with him. I truly believe that. Because why else would you do all the extreme? Why would you go to this extreme to make sure that everyone is at risk or in jeopardy and
And
it's
what
all due to you?
what baffles me is the people who are going for it, the people who are supporting it. At any time, this could have been stopped. All of this could have been stopped by Congress.
They don't want to.
Anytime.
They don't want to. They would rather the chaos.
And
And
it's sad because it's not at the expense of just us. Yeah, y'all gonna be caught up in this too.
they don't care.
I mean, I know y'all got money and everything. You think money is
That
power,
they
money is king. It's
hmm
gonna get you on your island away from you, gonna leave us peasants here to deal with. No, they really want y'all.
yeah. And I'm not surprised by any of it. I'm not surprised. You know why I'm not surprised is because they got into Congress not to assist the United States or the citizens of the United States. They got into Congress specifically to enrich themselves. This was
Yes,
never about,
yes,
helping and making sure that the country goes in the right direction and the country moves forward. It's not about that.
no.
It's specifically about ensuring that they get the money in their pockets, whether it's from insider trading, Allegedly, TikTok. Don't start with me. Whether it's from knowing when to buy and sell, whether it's from being paid by lobbyists and other big corporations, they are lining their pockets, and they're doing it intentionally in hopes that, hey, I can get as rich as I can, and whatever happens to this country, that's not my problem. That's not my problem.
And
But
the Department of War, quote unquote, who's trying to rebrand themselves right now, do you know how much it's gonna cost to do that? 125 million, the CBO is saying. 125 million.
Instead of feeding children and giving us health care and education, they want to drop boom.
Rebrand. They want to rebrand the Department of is it the Department of, what is it called? Department of Defense?
It was the Department of Defense.
Department of Defense. Now they want to call it the Department of War. Why? That should have been
that's what it's
right
about.
there. Yeah, because everything is about war, but no new wars. Remember?
Yeah.
No new wars. I'm the warless. That he make up words. I'm the warless president.
Yeah, and you got to think about it. Everything that he ran on, he's doing the complete opposite. Didn't somebody tell us that this was going to happen?
Yeah, her name is Kamala. She said it,
and we read it.
What tripped me out too about them is I heard a MAGA person talking on TikTok the other day, and you know, everybody was kicking the knowledge as they do, telling them, you know, this is this and this and that. He agreed. Yeah. He did say that. Yeah. But, you know, we love the rhetoric. And it was just to get him to, politicians do it all the time. And he just wanted to get elected. And now we didn't believe, he wants us to believe that they didn't believe that he was going to do not have a war and all of these things. Like, they love the rhetoric, they love the tough guy, the tough guy.
Tough about him. He is a marshmallow.
Yeah, he's not tough. He's not tough without Secret Service. Put it like that. Okay, because if he ain't had that security, baby. So we know what it is.
Service can't stand him. One of them got, put on leave because he was dropping Vance's coordinates and his movements. All I can tell you is what's done in the dark comes to light, and everybody has a D-Day. Everybody has a D-Day.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Nebraska lawmaker accused of a sexual misconduct resigns just before expulsion vote today. I'm from Nebraska. I'm from Omaha. When I came back to the States, I'm a military brat. When I came back to the States, we ended up, my dad's family left Mississippi in the middle of the night so my daddy and my grandfather wouldn't be lynched. Believe that. And we ended up in Nebraska. And I loved growing up in Omaha. It was a really leave your doors open, small town feel. And that's in Omaha. Omaha's a blue dot in a red state. And all those people in Nebraska and those in the red voted for this man with the black dead hands. And now they're crying because they're losing their farms. It's been in their families. Well, they stole the land anyway. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. But they're crying. Because they're losing their lands and they can't feed their family and all that. Well, the governor, he resigned today. Ain't that something? Hey, Technique. I'm gonna put it to you like this. I love to see it. When you have misconduct in this nature, and after hearing all that we've heard for years about the filth that these people decide to do with not just women and men, but with children, yeah, you need to get up on out of there, sir. Go sit down somewhere. Go sit down. And he needs to be brought up on charges. But hey, that's me. That's just how I feel. I'm not in law enforcement, nor am I a politician, but I do have an opinion. Oh well. Yeah, Nebraska's folding like an accordion. Oh well. Oh well. I'm gonna go home sometime this year. I can't put it out there, but I'm going home sometime this year and see how things are. And my family, they say, oh, people are walking around looking at each other like we told you so. We told you.
Foolish.
But you couldn't vote for that black woman, that educated black woman.
Foolish.
I couldn't vote for her. I didn't like her laugh. Now look, who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? How's those eggs and the gas? It was the eggs and the gas. Now he's over in Venezuela threatening Nigeria, China, Cuba, Greenland. You name
The list goes on. The list goes on.
And we can't even go to other countries because our passports, they're blocking us from coming into their countries. Let's go ahead and take a break, sis. Let's go ahead and take a break. After when we read the news, it's very disheartening to actually have to find out what's going on. You go about your day and you kind of can block it out, but we have to actually see what's going on so we can report it. And it frustrates me.
Me too.
I want to, but I'm going. We're going to go to break. We're going to go to break, and that's how we calm down. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back.
Why advertise with Our Plugs, LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion. Perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion. Customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo. Gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms. YouTube and TikTok. Our Plugs, LLC. www.ourplugs.com.
So y'all can.
And I'd like you to do one more thing for me. Hold up 2 fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model are the outcomes of that day. The outcome that Prince, the revolution, and George Floyd produced.
This fall, step into style that has bold and beautiful as the season itself. From cozy layers, statement pieces, Morningstar Boutique has everything to meet your needs. Affordable fashion meets everyday elegance. This season, it's your time to shine.
Welcome to Transformation Training Academy, where your journey to purpose starts here. Do strangers come up to you in public and ask for advice? Do your friends and family flock to you at the first sight of something being wrong? Do you have a passion for helping others? If so, this might be for you. For more information, email us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com or go to ourplugs.com. Applications due November 10th.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs. Customize that cutting board. Get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
How you doing, world? It's your man Colway here, a.k.a. Gold Cupid. Hey, checking in from Memphis, Tennessee. Singer, songwriter, producer, chef, vegan chef at that. Shout out Lost Vegan Food Company. And if you like good soulful music, if you just like good energy, then welcome home. I hope you have a great day. Shout out to Our Plugs.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, a Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and get into let's talk about Renee Good, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Miss Morningstar. So you guys know what happened to Miss Good, along with Keith Porter. They perished at the hands of rogue ICE agents, and I don't even want to call them ICE agents. They're slave catchers, and yeah. Well, it seems that the officer is saying that he's in the hospital for internal bleeding. I'm gonna let y'all do with that. Hey, internal bleeding from what? He got an ulcer from being nervous because he may go to prison.
That's what I said. Do we got an ulcer, bro?
He
Because
got
you
an ulcer.
ain't nothing internal from that situation. You ain't get touched. Nothing happened to you.
When that
What
man,
is you nervous?
he's
Now you bleeding in the stomach. That sounds like some other issues. If it's true, that sounds like you might have some other issues and some pipes then burst because you're nervous.
Yeah,
you're nervous.
I mean, when
it's that
man,
karma.
It is that karma keep you up. That man is going to close his eyes one day for the final time. He's gonna blink one last time, and when he does, every last one of you will be held accountable.
Oh yeah,
every last one of you. Of
all
course,
of y'all.
I am powerful Black women. They don't know how to do anything else besides lie.
Honey, they wake up like they lie like a rug.
I mean, it's very frustrating when we think about the grand scheme of things. We think about what we could have had versus what we have now. And the mere fact is we've never truly had good representation by certain people. And certain people, when you get in there and you don't do your job, sometimes you need to be impeached. And Democrats are pushing to impeach Kristi Noem. Is a bow-legged. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I can't sing that on the radio. That's jammed up. Kristi Noem
is a chick.
Oh,
it's some chicken legs, y'all, dancing.
Yeah.
All around, connected to her body. She did, and it's accurate. It's very accurate.
Yeah, it's gaining steam that they're going to impeach old girl. And I
saw that.
You saw it? I saw it too.
Yeah. So she's so matter of fact, the person who drew the impeachment the impeachment articles name is Robin Kelly of Illinois.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you.
Plans to file the articles of impeachment this week, along with quite a few of her colleagues. So yeah, I mean, somebody got to do something. You can't be out here fearful. Go ahead and do it.
Don't do it.
She deserves it.
She don't deserve to be in Congress. She doesn't deserve to be walking freely.
She don't deserve to be in that job. Period. She's she's a maniac. She is. They knew she was a maniac when she unalived that animal.
But they like stuff like that, allegedly, according to what I've heard.
According to what I listen to, somebody enjoys, hurting animals
and children. Allegedly, TikTok. I know how you get.
Yeah, you be chirping toxic. Yeah, you gotta be careful of what we say.
Yeah. Some Democrats are fuming as Kristi Noem's impeachment gains steam. Articles of impeachments targeting Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem are garnering support from House Democrats as a rapid clip. Not all the party's lawmakers are happy about it. We shall see what happens. But at the end of the day, his eyes will close one day. He will take that final blink. Oh, and baby, when he does, all the things that they will fall. And there is a shift. I feel the shift. A lot of people are feeling the shift. The energy is changing. And as our good brother Darian has said for the past year that I've listened to him, nothing in this country will change until white folks are affected the most. And the mere fact that y'all went out there and unalived a white woman and pew-pewed her or, took her out and y'all shot her in the face. F1 in the comments, please. In the face. Not one time. It's an accident. I got nervous and my hand slipped. Not two times. But 3 times. And then after you unalived her, you called her an effing B. Mm-hmm. That sounds like
anger.
That sounds like murder.
And he was angry. Yeah, it was murder. He was angry. He was mad. She didn't comply to what he wanted her to do.
All she was doing was turning her car around. They told her to go ahead. So
it wasn't what he wanted. It ain't what he wanted. And how dare her not obey him?
Well, all that internal bleeding that he supposedly is experiencing.
Well, flood the gates, bleed out.
I mean, hey, the Lord will do his will. And that's what I'm saying. Hey, do what you need to do.
Did you hear about, I know we got to bring our good brother Reggie up. The federal judges uphold California's new congressional map. So the panel in Los Angeles sided with Gavin Newsom in a decision that will help Democrats counter Republicans' gerrymandering here in Texas. So Republicans are expected to appeal. So what? Appeal? You gonna lose? You gonna lose? How you gonna try to appeal something that y'all just did here in Texas?
Y'all started it.
Y'all did it here.
No mess, and doing it. No mess. And y'all started it.
Doing it in other states. Miss me with that garbage.
Okay, so, you started it.
I love to hear that.
Me too. Good news. Good news. Good news.
I'll bring Reggie up.
Go ahead.
Hey, Reggie.
Hey, family.
How are you?
How y'all doing? Hey, family. Hey, WKRA listening audience. Everybody. Oh man, it's been a rough. I can't believe how accurate Brother Darrell was on his topic of starting out 2026 with in full chaos. Oh. And I mean, who would have thought that we were going to start this year like this? I mean, it's a whole lot.
Are you surprised though, Reggie?
I'm not. I'm not surprised, but I still wasn't expecting. I couldn't
expecting this level.
I couldn't even get in the house and take off my shoes yet. It's like the door was still open. I didn't even close the door yet.
We anticipated drama because with this diva of a president we have, this wannabe dictator, of course we expected drama. But the level, I didn't anticipate this level.
And the instantaneous, we weren't even a week into the year yet.
Well, y'all have
I thought at least, we'd get to like the third week. I thought we'd at least have a time to get in the house, I don't know, change clothes, to put your house shoes on, something.
Get comfortable. Put on my boom, put my hair
and reset and brace yourself, for the no. Got smacked in the head with the door open, trying to come in the house with one leg up, not even both feet on the ground yet.
There is a reason behind all chaos, though. Those files that he is trying to hide will not only bring him down, but the other politicians that are in there, Jim Jordan, you dirty, nasty dog, Lindsey Graham. There's another. Who was that senator? You guys heard the recording. Who was that other senator? It's another senator.
Big. What they call him? Big Bill or Big?
I can't remember his name. I was looking for it.
Biggs. Melville Biggs. Yeah.
Biggs. Thank you. Andy Biggs.
Andy Biggs.
Y'all are disgusting.
Is it Andy Biggs?
Mm-hmm. Y'all are some disgusting individuals. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to say it really quickly because Tactic be on that crazy and they may, so I'm going to say it really quick. Go Google
Restriction.
God, and we ain't even said it.
Restriction.
Ain't that something?
Cut it off. Type y'all F1 in the comments. Y'all tap the screen. Keep tapping the screen.
Oh, I can't stand TikTok.
Keep
I hate
tapping the
using
screen.
TikTok.
Keep
I
tapping
really
the
do.
screen.
Anyway, tap the screen, share the live, give gifts, please. It's just, they know what it is. And that is the reason why we are dealing with this chaos now. You know, but we won't be silenced because what we can't say here, luckily we have a radio station where we can say it. So TikTok, you know, we know that you're owned by the man with the black hands. You ain't fooling nobody. Anyway, anywho, Reggie, good morning. What do you have to give us? I know you have what we need for hope and understanding. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit back and let you take over for a while. Go ahead and drive the bus.
Well, the only thing that I can offer is, and I know that it's hard for us to feel that in this moment because there is so much coming at us from all sides. But I think if we just kind of step back and take a larger view, because a lot of times when you step back from a situation, you can see more. You can see more of what is going on, and you can see it a lot more clearly than when you're right in the middle of it or right up on it. And so the one thing that I just kind of like to offer for us to remember is that there is a law that exists that is above the laws of men, and that is the law of nature. And the only intention of nature is life or survival and the ability to sustain it. So the reason I say that is because no matter how it may feel in this moment, and no matter what is going on and how crazy and chaotic it looks, to your point, DJ Kitty, it's all actually happening for a reason. It's all playing into a larger purpose. And, we're taking these licks right now. We're taking these hits. But trust me, I think when the dust settles, and when all of this is said and done, again, the law of nature will prevail, life will prevail, our well-being will prevail. And we'll look back at this and say, okay, now I understand, why some of this pain, again, like Brother Daryl said, in order for us to move into, a greater place, a greater purpose, you have to go through there is a price to pay, and we're navigating that right now. But I just intuitively know that, once we get on the other side of it, we'll understand more of why all of this is taking place beyond the obvious reasons. But I mean, in the greater kind of scheme of things.
I agree. It's just a matter of us getting there. It's when you're in the thick of it, when you're in the weeds, and we've been dealing with this administration for almost a year next week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been one thing after the other. And you say to yourself, oh, it's, it happens. And you say to yourself, okay, that happened. We'll get through it. And then something else happens. And you're like,
right.
Why is it being bombarded? Do you guys remember the first administration, his first 4 years? It was a constant, him all over Twitter and him
right.
always, it was constant every single day. It was always something. And we sat back and we were like astounded because there was no other president that behaved in this manner. And people tried to normalize this as if this is normal behavior. He should do this. Absolutely not. I don't see anything presidential about this demon at all. Nothing.
I think what it is too is people have systematically programmed their minds to think that, okay, we've had, all these years, at least in our years of life, we've had presidential presidents in so many ways, even though some were awful. had awful ways, did bad things, but never to this level have we all been able to experience anything like this, even during times where we probably weren't even in our lifetime, just put it like that, in our lifetime, we've never been able to witness it. And people actually look at it and be like, yeah, that's good. That's good. And then
so we're shocked.
And their minds are programmed to, well, this is change. This is different. And so I'm adapting to this difference because we've been doing the same thing for so long and nothing has shook the room. But not realizing the consequences that are to come behind your actions. It's always consequences.
Absolutely.
And us losing allies and losing support of people who help us, because we ain't never want to fight alone.
Yeah. Losing the support that we need.
It's a thing. It's a scary feeling. So majority of the United States is in panic. Panic mode, because people are wondering what's next. What's this year gonna bring? We went through a whole year, guys, of nothing but we've been on Our Plugs Community Connection almost a year next week. And since January 20th, chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Since January 1st of this year, we haven't even gotten through this.
It's day 14.
We're 2 weeks in.
15 for listeners. Halfway in.
Yeah, we're Venezuela, threats against Mexico, DJ Kitty, you named all the countries, Cuba, Greenland, now Iran, Iran, the unaliving of Renee Good, the promises of retribution against the people of the great people of Minnesota, our own citizens of this country, not just people who are vying and in the process of getting, but people who are actually born here and said, I mean, we're halfway through a month. Let's not even talk about a year. What happened last year, halfway into this month, and it's just like an explosion of crazy.
Yeah. So in instances, we're all living this. We're all witnessing the tearing apart of not only our Constitution, but our rights, humanity, just being normal people. People are having to think about, if I'm going somewhere, I have to make sure I have my ID, not only just my ID, my birth certificate,
right,
my passport.
Right.
People are having to maneuver differently. And then a lot of instances, the rate of unaliving has gone up. There's a lot of people who can't deal with this. So I want to really focus on how can we help those who are having a hard time with this, and as well as ourselves, because we actually are listening and reading and researching and dealing with this every single day. And after a while, it becomes overwhelming. And you can only be angry for so long before you start to strike out.
Right.
Let's get into that after we come back from our second commercial.
Absolutely.
All right. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciated. God bless.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs, customize that cutting board, get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe fashion is more than clothing. It's a statement of self-love, confidence, and authenticity. From our signature beautiful hoodies to our versatile everyday wear, every piece is designed to inspire you to embrace who you truly are. Whether you're at home or on the go, making moves in the world, Lovership Apparel lets you show up boldly and comfortably. Shop the collection today at www.lovershipapparel.com or find us on ourplugs.com. Lovership Apparel, where love meets style.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational, strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
And we are back. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. So Reggie, like I asked, let's focus on what we can share with our listeners on how to truly cope with the chaos. Go ahead.
Well, again, I think it's really understanding perspective and really understanding the process of healing. And I kind of look at this in a lot of ways in what's happening with our country and in our society is I see it as destructive behavior. Much like a drug addict, okay, much like someone who is, maybe, living a life of promiscuity and putting themselves in dangerous situations, right? Or someone who has any other type of emotional, psychological disparity or disorder. And typically what happens, if you kind of remember what I kind of elaborated on before, is that the law of nature is life. And so when you are involved in destructive behavior or when you're on a destructive path, you're not aligning with life. You're aligning yourself with the opposite of that. And so when you normally hear people, I'll just take, a person who is having a battle with substance abuse. What normally happens? They normally have a rock bottom moment. And when they hit rock bottom, when things get so bad, and this going back to Brother Darrell's point, there's this pain point that ends up happening that causes us to pivot. And so when the individual hits rock bottom, there's two things that happens. They realize that, number one, I'm in trouble. And number two, I need help. And I think that our society right now is hitting rock bottom. And we're realizing that, wait a minute, we're in trouble because this societal model, the way that they've set this up, policies and politics and laws, none of this is working. So we're in trouble and we're having a rock bottom moment. And I think that, again, nature is forcing us into this rock bottom moment so that it can also force us to realize that we're in trouble, number one, and that we need help. And so I think that as we kind of realize those two things, that we're in trouble and that we need help, that we'll begin to seek out other solutions, other societal models that do work. And, I think if you've listened to this broadcast and you've heard me speak, I talk so much about value and value identity and how that is essentially a solution, not only to improve the way that we experience ourselves, but it also gives us the capacity to experience each other in a better way. Because listen, something has to change. Because if we continue going the way that we're going now, in the same way that the person who is, abusing substances, if they continue down that path, there's, the writing is on the wall. The ending is clear as to what's going to happen. If change doesn't happen, then they're going to meet with their demise, their undoing, their unaliving, however you'd like to frame it. And so we as a country, I think that we're in a rock bottom moment. And in order for us to survive as a society, as a humanity, we're being forced to look at what other options are out there, what change is available, what can we do differently so that we can survive.
I'm glad you said that, Reggie, because we do have to hit rock bottom. We are at the point of hitting the bottom, and then we have to go through the recovery and reconstruction phase. And that's going to take years upon years to get to. Something that happened in such a short time frame has caused so much damage that it's going to take years to recover from. But those are the first steps towards like rebuilding the nation in a sense, or rebuilding the country or the world, because it is being torn down. Like it is like it's been abused. Like the body when you
from the beginning. From the beginning.
Abused. We've been we fighting against each other. We are divided as we've ever been. I mean, there was a point it was divided before. I'm just saying my lifetime. In my lifetime, it's more divided than it's ever been. The trust is gone. And we can't continue on down this path. That's why I love having community support. That's why we talk so much about being part of a community, involving yourself with some type of governing community where you can have these platforms and have these conversations and hopefully bring new people into them so that they can connect, because people need an outlet.
Absolutely.
We don't have, a lot of people are just at home, worried, watching the news, watching TikTok or watching YouTube and just seeing all the horrible things that's going on. And they don't have any way to express how they feel. They don't have anywhere to shine out. They sometimes, even not even on the internet, they come on platforms and they're not even allowed up on the platform because people click up and only allow certain people to come through and voice their opinions, which I think is ridiculous. People need to have an outlet.
They do.
And they need to feel the sense of community. How do you call yourself a community when you're not letting the community talk to you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're only focused on your friends.
Your favorites, right.
Yeah, your favorites.
And I know for us, we don't talk to MAGA, we don't talk to BLAGA, because we are not in the business of platforming.
That's not the
chaos agents.
Yeah.
No, we are in the business of growing and connecting with people who are willing and wanting to move forward in life, not those who want to cause chaos and point fingers and call names. And how many times have we been minding our own business, not engaging, and they come into our platforms and they call us everything under the sun, and none of it's true, none of it, but they don't care about that. So why, in my mind, we don't have time for that. If I wanted that, I'd watch reality TV. If I wanted that, I turn on the TV and watch how they portray Black and brown people as being uneducated and the worst of the worst, and how Black women pull each other down and tear each other down. I turn on the TV because that's what mainstream media has shown us since the invention of television. They told that vision. So I don't want to deal with that on our platforms. Our Plugs was created to grow us as a country, as a people, as a nation, not to tear each other down. So if you've got the drama and the chaos and the messy talk, keep that over there. I don't knock anybody. If that's what you want to do, hey, go do it. That's fine. But over here, It's about strength in numbers. It's about growing the community. It's about making sure that once this man takes his final blink, we can keep going and
Exactly.
pick up the pieces and make sure that our children are ready and educated enough to step into those shoes, because all those senators and all those representatives, they're getting older and they need
Right.
term limits to get up on out of there.
Right.
But we have to make sure that we are educating the next generation to come in and take over.
Yeah, that's what it's
Absolutely.
about.
That's what it's about.
And I know, and I'm gonna let you go. I know that's the focus. I say I've got on panels and said it. You know, our focus should be on these kids.
Absolutely.
They are the next
future.
generation of this country. They are the people, the young adults that are coming up right behind us and need to be prepared for whatever's to come, but be prepared not only physically, but mentally.
Mentally. They need to be prepared for whatever this. I mean, if they decide to go in there before he closes his eyes or the next person comes along and the Heritage Foundation, they implement Project 2025 and they strip us of our civil rights.
Right.
What's the next generation supposed to do? Are we going to continue on watching social media and watching the chaos and all that? Or are we going to try and put our heads together and say, what do we do now? That's why they say, I've heard this saying and it angers me so much because I feel like it's not true. There's enough of us that do pick up books, but if you want to know how to get something done, you put it in a book. Well, I'm a reader. I'm an avid reader. So please put it in a book. But this is what we have to tell, that this is what we have to redirect ourselves into, focusing our future on what's real, not the drama. The drama is what got us here.
Right. And let me just say this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me finish. Trump comes with drama. He gave the country exactly what they wanted. The drama. You know, he's a reality TV. Oh, the drama. And people got caught up in
attracted to it.
Yes. Oh,
it's attractive.
We want the drama. We want, he says what he wants.
Salacious, right.
Like it's a game when this is our lives.
Yeah.
I'm so taken aback by the level of ignorance. And I'm not calling anybody dumb.
Ignorance is not a bad word.
No, I'm calling
sorry.
You're not you haven't educated yourselves out of thinking just about, the mess, but thinking about how are my children going to survive in this country? That's what's real. Not who was sleeping with who and whose baby. Who cares? How's that going to help the country? How's that going to help your grandchildren? That's my little spiel. Go ahead, Reggie.
So again, if you guys have heard me say this often, you know, the seed produces a fruit that is the mirror reflection of itself. Okay. Our country is 250 years old. Our country started with killing, pillaging, stealing. That's how we started. And that is what our country started out, with a seed of value absence. Okay. And for 250 years, we have been operating in value absence, stealing, slavery, unaliving people, taking land, all of these things. And so what happens in your body when you eat something that doesn't agree with it? It usually comes out, right? You get rid of it. And so again, that's what I'm alluding to, is nature is forcing us into this rock bottom moment because it's not good for us. This model that they've been operating out of, and the laws that support it and all this, it's not working. So what we're experiencing is Mother Nature is kind of throwing up, for lack of a better word. Right?
Regurgitating,
So once we kind of understand that, then we have to say, okay, what can I do now to change the trajectory and to go a different direction? We have to go a different direction. We've been operating in value absence. We have to pivot to value. Because if value is what we desire, that's the seed. That's where we have to start. You end up with what you You end up with the fruit that
you plant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if value is where we desire to be, if safety is where we desire to be, if dignity is where we desire to be, if peace and joy and celebrating and being celebrated and all of the respect and all of those fruits, if those are all the things that we desire to experience in our day to day, we have to start at an origin point that will produce those outcomes. We can't plant grapes and expect apples. We can't expect value if we're operating in value absence. We've got to change the way that we've got to change our origin point. We've got to change our starting point. And I think that's what we have to, begin to kind of focus on and point our youth towards. We've got to start establishing and operating out of a different model, a different foundation. Otherwise, we're going to keep getting the same results.
I agree.
And I was reading something, guys, and that all this flows together because us that are leaders, it's a lot of us that are leaders out here.
A lot.
And we have the power to change the dynamics. I mean, majority of our listening audience are leading something. They're leaders. We have our own leadership. We're leaders within our own team. We have to take accountability and be transparent with everybody. So what I was reading this article it was stating about key strategies for leading through chaos and trying to, get people on track. And one was taking accountability and being transparent with whoever you're speaking to. And we have to be, which I will take ownership for doing that with the youth. Just saying, when I do speak to the youth, I am transparent, on the situation. This is where we are today. This is the mess we are in, and explain the content, show them how we can try to build trust again, because trust is gone. Like I said, nobody trusts anybody half the time. You got people stabbing you in the back every second you get. You try to meet friends through these social media sites, and they end up being disgustingly backstabbed. Nobody, not really good, supportive people, frauds, grifters,
Catfish,
liars, cheaters.
Catfish.
I mean, like you said, catfish. Yes. All the things that we started this world with, like you said, this country with, all the things, all the bad things. Yep. So we got to focus on what we can control too. And I'm just reading through this and I'm speaking to it because I model some of these things in just my regular leadership life when I supervise my team, when I lead my staff, focusing on open communication where people can start trusting you, creating an environment where people feel safe to come in. Like some of these, and this is in the listening audience in Memphis, we are creators in a sense on social media. So some spaces you don't even feel comfortable going in.
Right.
But and this is on our own side, but you got people saying we are a community, we're a safe space, but are you?
Right.
People
not when it's drama filled.
People don't feel that.
A lot of it is bait and switch, like you're alluding to, Miss Morningstar. They're baiting you to come in with that safe space,
Yes.
What is it? It's a friend word, trigger word, whatever. I can't remember how they, but yeah, it's like they bait you with that, and then they fraud you.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, they're stealing from you. Exactly.
They're kind to you. They smile to you. They make you feel comfortable, and then they snatch your soul.
Exactly.
So, and then they said a model of emotional resilience. Your calm demeanor is contagious. So however you present yourself is contagious. People, my vibe attracts my tribe.
Absolutely.
We say that all the time. How did we all come together? Because our vibe attracted our tribe.
Right.
And our tribe was Our Plugs. And the people who decided to join Our Plugs or join this community, all pretty much not saying we're all the same. We're very much different, but we are a vibe because we have the same thought patterns in life. And we want to see the betterment of this country.
Exactly.
These things that I just read, I mean, they're powerful. And I just was like, I got to share this with y'all because these are things that we are standardizing. Remember that word, standardized.
We're normalizing it, yeah.
We standardizing these for 2026 and moving forward through the remainder of the next few years because we need our kids to take this standardized ability and be able to model it, the value,
Right.
identity, value. We need our kids to be able to take this and
understand it.
understand
And
it and
build, yeah,
push
right.
it
And
and
build
push
it, yeah.
it and live by it, not just push
Exactly.
it and talk about it.
Yeah,
Live
but
by
actually
it, because
live by it.
people watching us, people are looking at how we carry ourselves, just like your children do. When they're babies, they look at everything you do and they
Because
model
they're
you.
it's programming. Because
Yes.
you're their program.
Yes.
You're the app that they're downloading.
And how can you expect to have something positive and uplifting and progressive happen when you're stuck in the chaos and the mess?
Exactly.
If you're
Feeding the
exuding
fruit.
chaos and mess,
the fruit,
and you're sitting here wanting, oh, I need some positive vibes, and I need, how are you gonna get that? How can you get that when you're stuck? And what you feed into your psyche is how you actually live. I had to explain to my children when they were younger. They wanted to go to watch scary movies. I never took them. And I told them they could not go. They were like, "Ma, it's just a movie." And I had explained it to my grandson, both my grandsons. You cannot, once you let that into your psyche, you are opening up the gates. So what you put in and you bring into your universe, you then become. Now, of course, right from wrong, and but why invite evil?
Yes.
Why invite chaos?
And
Why invite it?
That's what the
It's
United
enough
States
out here
did.
already. It's enough.
And this is what we did as a country.
Exactly. When the minute they stepped off that boat, actually it started before that. The minute they decided that instead of us staying in our country, we're going to get on boats. And they sent off other boats to find other land. And we're going to get on boats and we're going to go over there and take over their land. And not only that, we're going to go grab a group of people to come work this land.
And we're reaping.
We're reaping. You reap what you sow.
Yes, we're
we
reaping
as
the fruit
African
of those.
Americans who were brought over here, and we are the epitome. We are the end result of all of that. But we are a blessed people, because if you notice, yes, they have done everything under the sun that you can do to a race of people, and yet we are still here. And Black women, we are stronger, more educated than they will ever be. Ever be.
They ain't never wanted to get like this. But the thing is, even with all of that, and then we started to progress,
It started to progress.
We started to progress.
Time we start to progress,
and
what
then
happens?
Here it comes. Here comes
the devil.
Here comes the evil spirit back up in here. Came down that escalator. That was it. That was the turn. That was the turn.
That
the
was
ignition.
The turn.
That turned the ignition. And guess what came next? COVID. And then many other different things. It was just like a ricochet effect. And now we are going to have to go through the whole process again, planting that new seed.
Because nature is, like I said, the law of nature is life.
Yeah.
So the only way that we're going to produce life as a society is to start at a life origin point, is to begin at a life origin point that will produce life as an outcome. The origin point that we started as a country was pillaging and stealing and killing. That doesn't align with life. That aligns with the opposite. So we've got to operate now from a different origin point. We've got to implement a new model. And this is just the other thing that I'd like to say is that your body can only be as healthy as the individual members in it. Okay. A society can only be as healthy as the individuals that make up that society. which is why I talk so much about value, is because if the individuals within the society are not operating in value, but they're operating from pain and anger, then they're only going to, again, they're going to only produce the mirror image of that. The only way that we can produce value in our society as individuals is that we are producing and experiencing value in our relationship with ourselves, that we see who we are really, not who society tells us that we are, who society has told us that we are and sold us that we are, but who we are according to how nature defines who we are. That other story that many of us have not even been exposed to. And once we begin to reconcile and to understand who we are and feel better about who we are, then when we show up in society, automatically, that is what we bring into society, because that is what we have. People bring into society what they have. And if pain is what you have, that's what you're going to show up with. And that pain is just going to, which is what it's doing now. It hurts you and it hurts everybody else.
Yeah.
You are absolutely correct, Reggie. And that is another reason why it is imperative for us to focus on what works well for not just me personally, but what works well for us collectively as
Exactly.
not
Exactly.
gatekeeping. We have our plugs, the community connection. We have the directory where you can put your business into the directory. We have the radio station where you can come on and promote your business. We have mentors who can put your children into programs to get them prepared for their future. And we're looking for other mentor programs to connect with us so we can get these children connected. It doesn't stop with just a few people. If you know someone, get them connected with us. That is key. It's not about it's never about being in a clique. It's about making sure that our country, our children, our legacies have a leg to stand on. And if you are left out here to your own devices and all you see, you got that little computer in your hand and all you're watching and you're swiping through, and that algorithm is feeding you nothing but drama because you went on a live and you liked a couple of things that were drama written. So that's all you're seeing. You're not paying attention to new laws that are being put into effect. You're not paying attention to when it's time to vote. You're not paying attention to.
You're gonna miss it.
You're going to miss it.
You're gonna
because
miss it.
that computer in your hand is keeping you so distracted that you're not paying attention to what's going on around you.
And it's purposefully made like that. Like
Absolutely.
said, that programming.
It's the program. Everything is a program. Everything is a program.
The minute you click on, next thing you know, that show up in your feed is a whole bunch of that stuff. You have to change that, and it's simple. You can change it by going to someone who's talking about African American literature, or somebody talking about how to register to vote, or how to become an activist if you want to become an activist, or somebody talking about positive things within the community, how to start your garden. You know, you can change the narrative. It's just a matter of a click, especially when we're using those computers in our hand. We have to be proactive. We have to manage what we do. We are the ones that, like you said, are in control of that. Yes. And it can start with just something as simple as coming to this show, because I encourage everyone to come to Our Plugs.
I do.
I encourage everybody to come hear our show and listen to what we have to say. It's a lot of knowledge out here. It's a lot of knowledge in here.
Exactly.
And it's not able to be expressed sometimes in different segments or different sectors because if you're not in the clique, And I really want us as people to get away from that. It's time.
We're not a monolith. I mean,
we're not a monolith. Exactly. We got to get out of that because it's bigger than us.
It is. It's bigger than this nation, and it's for the life of this nation. If he has his way, And if the Project 2025 Heritage Foundation, if they have their way, we wouldn't be here. They would have our children working, barely eating, barely surviving. And while they're doing it, we are all so busy following the drama and the distraction that we don't even know we're distracted.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I
do.
You know, we get off of our show and I scroll through. Now, there are absolutely some great positive lives. Dr. Keisha, she talks about what's going on in the medical field. I love her. I try to go on every time I see her on live. I try and listen in because it's a panel full of doctors. So I love to listen to find out what's going on. I listen to politicians, but I steer away. And I my only guilty pleasure is Darian, because I love him because he is hilarious.
But you know what? It's nothing wrong with that. And
no, it's not.
I want people to think like, oh, you gotta really. It's how you feed the algorithm. It's a balance. You know, sometimes you may click into something. You be like, okay, what they talking about? I mean, it's a balance, and chaos is all over the place. When you use the word chaos, I want to stick to, and I want to make sure that I'm sticking to what I'm thinking when it comes to the title of our show tonight about identifying, coping with all the chaos. It's chaos everywhere. You just think about it, in your peripheral. It's all around you.
Right.
And we use our phones every day. So when we're scrolling through, yes, we come across some chaos. We might click into it for a minute, see what they're talking about, what's going on. But don't get caught up.
Right. Don't live there.
Don't
live there. You can visit.
Don't live in it.
It's okay to visit.
Yeah.
But don't live there.
But don't stay, baby. Don't take your shoes off. Don't bring a toothbrush.
Don't get comfortable.
Don't get comfortable. Leave and go to something that's gonna feed your mind. I'm talking about nourish the food, and like Reggie said, plant some new seeds so they can grow. So you can start being that person that can get on here and educate some people and give people some knowledge if they're willing to listen. You know, I may not have all the words all the time. None of us do. We don't always have the words, but we have the heart and the thought pattern, the process of what we want to, you know, to make our country better, to make our kids grow up safer. You know, we got to start somewhere. But I understand, because it's my guilty pleasure too. I love D.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like listening to the, you know,
and it brings the news.
What's going on. It's funny, it's good laughter. Then you have other shows that are more, you know, debatable, and you can listen in on that. And I learn a lot from those too.
I do too. Right. But you have to
it's a balance.
Yes, it is definitely a balance, Miss Morningstar. And we have to focus on, you know, prioritizing and compartmentalizing what's most effective for all of us across the board. Reggie, as always, you know, thank you, brother.
Conversation gets deep without
it get real deep, because it's a deep conversation that needs to be had.
Absolutely.
Any last words? You know, we're at the end of the show. We've talked and talked. Any last words?
Absolutely. Improve the individual, you improve the society. Let's plant the right seeds in ourselves so that we can produce the right fruit in society.
Absolutely.
I'd like to leave you with this challenge. These are the seeds. Value identity challenge. Say these 3 words to 3 people every day, beginning with yourself. You are valuable.
Absolutely. Thank you, Reggie.
Right.
And you are valuable.
Thank you, DJ Kitty. As are you.
You all of you are valuable.
You are valuable. Say it, y'all. Type it in the
3
chat,
words.
y'all.
3 words to 3 people every day.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Reggie. Miss Morningstar, go ahead and take us home, little sis.
Yes, guys. What an amazing Thursday, guys. I want everybody in our listening audience, Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi, to know you are valuable. You are loved. I'm going to just say it. I don't know if you guys know, but we are, can I say it, Kitty? Monday, January the 20th, guys.
Yeah.
January 19th.
January 19th. I'm sorry. Martin Luther King holiday. I'm ahead of myself. We will be coming to you all live. Okay. Holly Springs. I'm talking about live. Not pre-recorded. we are going to be live at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time
Love it.
to talk to y'all, to answer questions. We will have some information that you can dial in and talk to us, and man, get it off your chest and say what you've been wanting to say, and just vibe with us, because we'll also be celebrating our 1-year anniversary here at Our Plugs. Whoop, whoop. So we need you guys to come through. We need TikTok to be there, light us up. It'll be in the morning.
Yes.
We are all valuable. You guys are valuable, and we value you all so much. So please make sure you tune in. Y'all have a good day today. Do something that makes you feel good. Value yourself. And come back tomorrow, because we're gonna be a little messy. You know, we have fun on Fridays.
And that's
Nothing wrong with it.
Gossip and giggle. Gossip and giggle.
We talk about the little messes going on TV. We have fun. So
we like salt and pepper.
Have a good evening. Thank you, WKRA, and thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Reggie, and thank you, everybody who listening. We love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one.
Hey, y'all. It's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.